What's up, Fin fans? Got two people in here already. What? I'm gonna wait for some more of you guys to get in here so we can talk some Dolphins football, talk some pre-camp stuff. So I'll wait. What's up, y'all? Brother Greg, Tubin, Nick Beast. What's up, guys? Ryan, love you too, bud. Nando Lopez, what's up? Gates, Chris, Neil, what's good? Mr. 305, what's good? BD, what's up? King Gamer, how's everyone doing? Sean Smith, what's up, my dude? Andy Rodriguez, what's up? Salman, what's up? Gates, what's up? What's up, fellas? Damn, this chat filled up quickly. Peter Herring, Burrell, what's up? What's up, guys? So I'm just wanted to go live tonight. What's up, William, Dave, Batman Pops? I hope Josh Rosen does good for us. We're going to talk about Josh Rosen. Neil, rookie camp almost here. Rookie camp starts Friday, so in about 2 more days. What's up, Patrick, Adam, No Name, King Gamer? Hey, Doug, how about them bins? Steven, what's up, my dude? Adam Schefter, it's Adam Schefter, the one and only, I doubt it. Trev, what's up? So I'm going live. Hopefully the sun goes down soon, so you're not blinded by this big old bright light behind me. What's up, Mike? What's up, Black Dante? So we're just going to talk draft stuff. Not draft stuff, camp stuff. Rookie camp starts the 10th. I think it's the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, or it's the 9th, the 10th, the 11th is rookie camp. And then we have OTAs this month. And OTAs are the 13th, the 14th, the 16th, the 20th, the 21st, the 23rd, the 28th, the 29th, and the 31st. So that's when OTA starts. And essentially what OTAs are is it's like they're just really the rookies and the vets are getting together. They're running some of the plays, getting to know the playbook, getting to know each other, and building off of that. Then you have that, and then you have mandatory mini camps, which is June. Then you get a little bit of a break, and then you have training camp, which is July into August. So camp's almost here. This is what they take their time now to get acclimated to rest, and then come the 13th, come Monday, that's when they start to put their nose to the grind. And then after minicamp, they get another little break, and then that's it. They put their nose to the ground and just training camp right into preseason, right into season, and there it is. So we're going to talk some stuff. I'm going to take some questions from you guys. We'll talk about camp. We'll talk about some players, talk about some potential free agents that the Dolphins could target. You know, Danny Shelton, Nick Perry was in for, the Dolphins were interested in Nick Perry. Nothing has happened so far, and I'm wondering why the Dolphins haven't made any signings so far. Maybe they'll wait till maybe tomorrow to start signing people. But I want them to start signing people. So that shirt you have is dope as hell. Thank you, Black Dante. I really appreciate it. You're right, John. He's like, he's going to be a beast. Dolphins going 16-0. You heard it here first. I'm not saying anything to that. Should we sign Eric Berry? No. Eric Berry would be the complete opposite of what the Dolphins are trying to do. They're not going to sign someone. He would be a strong safety because we have a lot of strong safeties. He'd be a free safety because he plays free safety, but his age and his limitations just would really hide. It just wouldn't make any sense. What's the deal with Omar Kelly thinking Rosen doesn't start? It's a bust. Give me a break. Fitz should win the job due to experience. So David said, what's the deal with Omar Kelly thinking if Rosen doesn't start, it's a bust? I'm assuming he thinks that way because you traded for him. And then next year, if he doesn't start and we suck and we have one of the first picks, we're going to pick a quarterback. So it's like it's a bust in that the fact that he's not like did we go for him if he's not going to play? But in all honesty, let's talk about Josh Rosen real quick. Because at first, if you guys have noticed, at first when the rumors happened, I made a video. I was very upset. I did not want the Dolphins to go for Josh Rosen. I did not want the Dolphins to trade for Josh Rosen. I did not like Josh Rosen. And then we traded for Josh Rosen. And I was like, God damn it, we got Josh Rosen. I'm so upset. Whatever. I wasn't upset. I wasn't angry. I was bummed, but then I was like, I'll give him a chance. I literally said in the video, give him a chance. That is my most disliked video, just so you guys know. The Josh Rosen trade video is my most disliked video because I wasn't 100% on board with Josh Rosen. So a lot of you guys dislike that video, and it's my most it's my most disliked video. But then I started doing more film work. I started looking more into Josh Rosen, looked at his college tape, looked at all that other stuff, and I've come around to realize that he's a good quarterback. A lot of his attitude problems are seriously media made, and to give the guy a chance. I even said in my my trade video, I'm going to give him a chance, and I like the trade. But he has to compete. I'm not giving Josh Rosen the starting job. I don't want Josh Rosen to be handed the starting job. If in camp, Ryan Fitzpatrick outplays Josh Rosen in OTAs, minicamp, and training camp, Ryan Fitzpatrick should start. I am not handing a job to Josh Rosen because we did that for 7 years with Ryan Tannehill, and look where that got us. It was every year of, this is the year Tannehill's going to show. This is the year Tannehill's going to show. Every year. So I like Josh Rosen. I like what I saw with his tape. He does have some inconsistencies when it comes to throw timing. He doesn't throw very well to the outsides. I've noticed that. But I love his pocket presence. It's a breath of fresh air to see his pocket presence. DT Forever, thank you so much for the $1 donation. If you want to ask a question, I'll jump on that. His pocket presence is 1,000 times better than Ryan Tannehill's. His throwing over the middle is great. All that stuff. Again, thank you for the other $1 donation, DT Forever 04. But he has some flaws. So, what's up, Dolphin Dustin? I'm going to let this play out. I like him. I like the move. A second and a fifth, and we picked up a second on the trade down, so it really didn't bother me. I like the move. I like the trade. I like Josh Rosen. I give him a chance. But again, if he doesn't win the starting job, then, it's all right. He didn't win it. He didn't deserve it. It doesn't matter which one starts. We're going to be the first team. I can tell how the roster's shaping out. Joe Jones, I don't know. A lot of people think that way. A lot of people think that the Dolphins are going to be the worst team in the NFL. They already. It boggles my mind because I was on Bleacher Report, right? And they already have mock drafts for 2020. Dumb, incredibly dumb. They have. They are predicting the rookie award winners. So like like rookie of the year, rookie defensive player, offensive player, all this stuff. Like how do you know? They haven't even like trained in camp or anything. Like crazy. So to make predictions now is just outlandish. That's why I haven't. If you guys notice, I give you guys roundabout numbers of how many wins I think the Dolphins are going to have this season off of what I saw. But I haven't predicted. I haven't broken down the schedule. I'm going to do that right in the middle of training camp. Because as of right now, we don't know what this team is. They're still going to add free agents. We haven't even seen them practice, hit each other with pads on. So I don't know. But to predict now, it's way too early, especially when it comes to drafting next year. It just makes no sense. If we pick up a couple DTs, DN, O-lines, we'll be very competitive. Exactly. Our O-line is not bad. It's not great. It's not Dallas Cowboys 2 years ago great. But it's not bad. If we could pick up a right tackle, Schrader, or some of these other right tackles that I mentioned in my video, it's not bad. Then you got Danny Shelton. You got the defensive end from the Chiefs, Bailey. You got a ton of guys that are out there that can come in and still make this team better. Shane Ray as a pass rusher, Jamie Collins as a linebacker. Could be done. Like Dante, thank you so much for the $1 donation. I greatly appreciate that, my dude. We will have a way more fight in this team than we will with Bonehead Adam Gase. Notice how Adam Gase win now, will backfire sooner or later. I agree. Do you think the Dolphins got a better D-line or O-line? Brian, from last year, because last year I think the Dolphins have a worse D-line. So they don't really have any pass rushers. Ryan Tannehill wasn't handed the starting job. David Garrard was going to be the starter if he didn't get injured before the season started. Joel, so David Garrard was going to be given, was going to win the starting job, but he got injured, so they gave it to Ryan Tannehill. And I get it. That year, he competed. But then what about the other 6 years after? That dude never competed for a starting job. How many times should Matt Moore have started over Ryan Tannehill? Again, this is going to start a whole debate, and a lot of people are going to start calling me a Tannehill hater. I've gotten throughout my over a year and a couple of months of doing this Dolphin YouTube stuff, I've gotten a group of people telling me I'm a Tannehill hater, and then I've got a group of people telling me that I love Tannehill, I'm on Tannehill's nuts. When actuality, I'm just a level-headed thinker. Tannehill has done really good things. Tannehill has helped this team. Tannehill has a lot of things that he has going for him. But then Tannehill also has his flaws. And neither one of the sides like to notice the other things that the other one are doing. Like Dante, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Jim Caldwell should make Josh Rosen better. I agree. He's our quarterback's coach and our offensive guru. So, yeah. But see, play action 7. So you see how you're F those Tannehill apologists? Tannehill did do good things. Look at the 2016 season. He did do good things, but he has to have everything around him. Tannehill will take Marcus Mariota's job by Game 6, bold prediction. Hey, David, I got a bolder one for you, Game 4. George Porch, thank you so much for the $10 donation. If you have a question, be sure to ask it, and I will answer it. Stop with the fake news. You're not funny. I'm assuming that's Adam Schefter. People are telling him what's up to his Black Dante. Thank you again so much for the $1 donation. Why are you going to talk about Tannehill? Because JD Dizzle, because I was talking about how Josh Rosen shouldn't be handed the starting job just because we traded a second-round pick for him. He needs to compete for it. I have a job to do. Peekaboo to you. Wait, no thumbs down? Peekaboo to you. Stop giving my videos thumbs down. You hear me? But be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. Dude, guys, we're almost at 5,000 subs. I think we're 200 and something subscribers away. Almost at 5,000 subs. And I told you guys if we hit 5,000 subs, I'm going to do a very big giveaway because that's halfway to 10,000. And once you hit 10,000 subs on YouTube, you get a plaque, which I will hang maybe right here. Put the plaque. I'll put it somewhere. If I get to 10,000 subs and YouTube sends me a plaque, I will hang that. When is the practice open to the public? I'll have to look that up. I'm not 100%. Great job, Lily. I've been there since the beginning. David, yes, you have. Be quiet. How can I share a pic of my new Dolphins setup? I don't know if you can put a pic in here. Peekaboo to you. If you have Twitter, tweet it to me. And if you have Instagram, message it to me, and then I'll show it. I just added the coolest stuff to my Fins gear. Yeah. I'm going to Miami Dolphins and Cleveland Browns game this year. So I'm going to the Dolphins-Giants game because it's in New Jersey. I'm thinking about going to the Dolphins-Jets game in New Jersey. I might go 3 games in a row. I might go to the Eagles game in Miami in December. And then I might go to the Jets game in New York and then the Giants game in New York, back to back. But I don't like going to the Jets games because if the Jets are winning, they're assholes. And if the Jets are losing, they tend to be assholes to Dolphin fans. I don't feel like getting into a fight. Even though that would be very good publicity and might get me some subscribers. Why Eagles? It all depends on the time of the year. I like to go around December, early December or mid-November. So it's either I'm going to go to the Bills game or I'll go to the Giants game, the Eagles game. It's one of those two in Miami. What's going on with the Howard deal? Pierre Lewis asks. They're waiting till training camp. Right now, they are concentrating on bringing in some more vets, signing the rookies. Right now, the Dolphins have $36 million under the cap. It's going to cost about $8 million to sign their rookies, which they already started. I think the fullback and the running back in the second round have already been signed. So yeah, and then So 8 million, so they're about 28 million, and then they want to bring in some vets. They like to carry over about 10 million in cap space for the year after. So I think the Dolphins have about 18 million to play around with. Anthony, thank you so much for the $2 donation. Ricky Williams is in the Ring of Honor. Yes or no? Yes. People getting on Diego. No, I don't live in Miami. I live in New Jersey. People getting on Ricky Williams about smoking weed is just dumb. It's dumb. The stuff that they put their body through, and the fact that people don't like that he smokes weed, which doesn't affect half of anything, it drives me nuts. Myles Gaskin is going to give Drake a race for that starting running back job. Yeah, I agree. I used to smoke with Ricky Dubin says. Second best running back in Finn's history. Ricky Williams, yes, I agree wholeheartedly. Yes, he was amazing to watch. I would like to interview Adam Schefter. Solar, you're here. Welcome. New Jersey Finns fans, stand up. Definitely. It's hard being up here. I know some of you guys, who do you like more, Ronnie or Ricky? Ricky, hands down, Sean Smith. I like Ronnie, don't get me wrong. One of my fondest and favorite memories of Ronnie Brown was the Monday night game when we were in our orange unis playing the Jets, and we essentially had to go for it on 4th down to win the game to beat the Jets, and Ronnie Brown, wildcatted in, and we won, beat up Mark Sanchez. I loved it. Didn't know you're in Jersey. I'm in PA. Yeah, there's some Dolphin fans, some subscribers that have hit me up that say they're in Boston. There's some young guys, some high school guys that have hit me up, said they're in Boston, and they get tormented a lot. So it's hard. It's hard being up in the Northeast. Doug Finn's up from UK. What's up, Lee? What time is it over there? Is it like 10 o'clock over there in the UK? Jonathan with the PA. Okay, you have the pic Twitter. Check it out. Okay. So Peekaboo to you sent me a pic of his setup. Oh, wow. Here it is. That's a nice setup. How does that? All right, I'm going to show you guys. Hopefully you can see it. So Peekaboo to you. He wanted to send us his setup, kind of like how I have. And this is what it looks like. That's a nice setup, Peekaboo to you. How does that Dan Marino not scare the shit out of you constantly, though? That would scare the shit out of me. DT Forever 04. Dude, $25 donation. Thank you so much. Seriously, it means the world to me. Love what the Dolphins are doing. Seems like they're finally doing right. With the rebuild, we could win 2 games, and I'll be happy as long as it's against Gase. I hope Rosen is legit. Some could build the trenches next year. Dude, again, thank you so much for the $25 donation. That means a whole world to me. Whenever you guys donate, from $1 to $25 to whatever you guys donate, even when you guys give thumbs up to the video, give this video a thumbs up, and you guys are just subscribing, talking, I appreciate it. I do everything I do for you guys, so I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I agree. I love what the Dolphins are doing. I love how they're rebuilding. I love how they're building this team up. They're doing it smart. This year there was limitations to certain players, certain what the Dolphins needed, so they started building for next year. They got a lot of money next year, and they got a lot of draft picks next year. So Blake Dante says, "You the man, Dougie. That's all you donate." Thank you. You guys are the man. I seriously, I do everything I do for you guys, so I greatly appreciate it. Adam Schefter, you're pushing it, Adam. Gaskins is a steal in the 7th round. Dude can be a 3rd round special team weapon. I'm very interested in seeing these rookies this weekend. Again, you guys are going to get a lot of videos from me this weekend. I'm going to try to give you every day what happens at the rookie minicamp. I don't think it's open to the media, so I can't tell you everything that's going on, but you'll get recaps, you'll get news. I think it starts Thursday, so except for Saturday, I'm not going to do a video Saturday because my Saturday is completely packed, but you get one Sunday to break down the minicamp, and then you got OTAs, so you got a lot here. Bro, trust me, it's Schefter. No, it isn't. Can't wait for tomorrow. Boot fake Adam getting old. Frank Perez, $2 donation. Thank you so much. What are you looking forward to most this season? Most this season, I'm looking forward to just how this team gels, and I'm also really looking forward to the scheme that we're running. And I'm looking forward to the difference in Flores' coaching style and Adam Gase's coaching style. That's what I'm really looking forward to. I think that's the most I'm looking forward to, is how Flores deals with adversity, how Flores deals with our first loss, how Flores deals if all of a sudden we go on a losing skid, and it all depends on that. I'm also really looking forward to the rookies playing. I want to see how our quarterbacks play. I want to see how the offensive line plays. I'm looking forward to seeing what's up, Jarvis. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we have, what we can build off of, because you're going to have a lot of unnamed heroes. When we brought in Albert Wilson, right, there was a lot of talk of, oh, he was okay in the Chiefs and he has the speed, but I don't think he's as good as Jarvis Landry. And, he can perform well here and here, but I don't think, and then all of a sudden he just started playing lights out. So I'm very interested and excited to see some of these other players that, he didn't hear about, like Chris Reed. If Chris Reed starts playing lights out at guard for us, it's great, So those are the things I'm looking forward to, the coaching, watching these players finally play, all that stuff. Doug, any chance of getting to game in Miami in October, coming over from UK, and would love to have a beer or 5 at a game. Awesome channel, by the way. Lee, in October, maybe. See, the hardest thing with me is having to travel. So, that's why I normally do 1 Dolphin game. So maybe. But when I go, I'll let you guys know. Whenever I'm trying to go to at least 2 Dolphin games this season. So whenever I go, you guys are definitely going to know about it, and hopefully we can meet up. All Harbor 5, my dude. If you guys don't remember All Harbor 5, he helped me out with picking the 4K winner. So he just donated $5. Thank you, All Harbor 5. He was also sending me something, so I'm gonna do a box opening with it. If Flores can do with our defense what the Pats always do with their no-name players, we could surprise everyone. That's a very, very great thing you just said there, because the Patriots defense is always good. They're always playing at top level, and they have a bunch of no names. So he's learning from the best of Belichick, and then he ran the defense last year. As much as people don't want to believe he ran the defense last year, he did. Anthony, thank you so much for the $2 donation. Flores is not a big fan of edge players. Well, we'll find out about that now, won't we? But thank you so much for the $2 donation. I like my biggest surprise draft pick and my biggest surprise rookie is probably Andrew Van Ginkel. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people, and I think he's going to be playing from jump, and just like people are going to be like, I can't wait to get his card in Mutt. Van Ginkel. Have you guys watched my Madden video that I posted on the Bit Boys? Bit Boys, we're going to start doing a ton of things over there, and that's one of them where I'm going to start playing Madden, and then I think Frank's going to start talking about music on video games. There's going to be a lot of stuff. But did you guys watch? So did you see this pop up? You got to use this thing to do this, and if I move too much, the helmet will bounce up. But Van Ginkel, have you guys watched my Madden video and how badly I lost when I had 2 guys wide open? It's ridiculous. I did watch the Madden video. Yeah, it was bad. I had 2 guys wide open. I could have won that game, and I completely botched it. I have a feeling that Brian says I have a feeling that Miami could be a dark horse team that might shock people this year. I feel very confident on Flores this season, and Rosen. I think Miami could be a contender this year. This is the thing about Miami, right? It doesn't matter who the head coach is, except for the one time we had Cam Cameron, who it was just hot garbage. Joe Philman, Tony Sperano, Adam Gase, it was always a point in the season, right? We would lose the first 3 games, and then we would start winning games like crazy. Or we'd start winning games like crazy, and then we go on a losing skid. It never mattered who the head coach is. As soon as November came around, we were still in the playoff hunt. always in the playoff hunt. At some points, we were in the wild card, then we were out of the wild card by 2 games, then 1 game. We're always in it. So a lot of people think that the Dolphins are going to suck and be the #1 team in the draft next year. Like he said, don't be surprised if all of a sudden the Dolphins just start playing lights out and just start, surprising people. And at one point, they're a game out of the wild card, and then they'll lose, and then, we won't make the wild card. But, it doesn't bother me. I just want to see my team win. Hey, Doug, how did you become a Dolphin fan? Pierre asked. I became a Dolphin fan when I was 5 or 6, and my dad took me to the bar with him, and I watched Dan Marino play. And ever since then, I've been a huge Dolphins fan. I have it tattooed on me. Right there. Boop, boop. So, huge Dolphin fan for about 20-something years. But I, really didn't start getting into it until I was by about 10, 11. Because when you're young, you don't know what you're watching. By the 6th game, Jets defensive coordinator Williams will want to punch Adam Gase in the face. How will he get to him? Adam Gase sits on the bench when the defense is on the field. Fell forward fast. He fell Kim Cameron. Yeah, tell me about it. We have a worse pass rush this year than last and a worse right tackle. Things could change, but the only position upgrade is quarterback because of Fitz, not Rosen. Pass rush isn't, this is to Patrick. Pass rush hasn't been addressed yet. So we haven't, we have Woodard, we have Harris, Ginkle, because we're running a 3-4-4-3 hybrid. Also, we don't know what we're running. Offensive line, I don't know if it got worse. I like Stirrup. Stirrup and Jesse Davis are bulls at that position, so we don't really know what we have. That's why I'm not making predictions, but I'm also not saying that they're going to be the worst team in the NFL, because every time they get predicted to be the worst team in the NFL, they don't. What's up, Jerry? They don't. So that's all I'm saying on that. If you're planning on going to 3, make it in New Jersey, sweep, got New York, New York Giants, and Buffalo Bills game. Yeah, I'm thinking of those games. Like Dante says, what do you think of Charles Harris? I'm calling it now, and I could be wrong, and I do tell you guys when I'm wrong, and I do own up to it when I'm wrong. I'm saying that Charles Harris will be a comeback player. I think Charles Harris will finally be used to his full potential, and he'll finally be used to what he should be doing, which is a 3-4 outside linebacker like he played in college. And I think Charles Harris is going to light it up. So that's what I think. Marion, Freeman, Knight, Surtain. Do you remember the secondary? Are the DBs we have on that caliber? How long would we have them if we got a 4th piece in the draft? Nabokov fan 87. I do remember that defense. That was one of my favorite defenses back in the 2000s. You had Adwala Goulian on the defensive line. You had Jason Taylor. You had Zach Thomas. At one point, we had Junior Seau. I remember that defense was really great. Does Rashad Jones play for the Fins in 2019? Yes, he does. He's not getting traded this year. It would be a miracle. Omar Kelly says that he should be traded. Like, not that he's going to be traded or he wants him to be traded, but if he does get traded, trade him to the Bucks, and we'll take McCoy off the Bucks' hands, because supposedly McCoy is unhappy with his situation. Chad, thank you so much for the $2 donation. What up, Dougie Fresh? Fins up. Fins up, brother. Fins up. Sammy Knight. I remember Sammy Knight. What's good, Doug? I want to know who you want as our starting quarterback week 1 versus Ravens. Julian asked. I don't know. Let me see what they do in training camp, and I'll answer that question. Because, again, Ryan Fitzpatrick has a lot of good for him, but he has his flaws. Josh Rosen has a lot of good for him, but he has his flaws. So, they're both even for me right now. Josh Rosen and Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I got to see them practice, and I got to see what they can do before I can, pick. Bills got better. Jets got better. Patriots, well, always Patriots. So what about us? Pierre, that is the one thing that you have to think about this. How many times have the Jets gotten better and then they've gotten worse? How many times have the Bills and the Jets have signed these big players, made these big moves, and then they still suck? You know, it all depends on when they start to play. So I don't know. That's why I'm not making predictions until I start seeing and hearing things and watching preseason. Chris Knowles, thank you so much for the $1 donation, dude. I really appreciate it. When you got a team with TD again, Doug. Oh, when you get a team up with TD again, Doug. Soon. I know he recently moved back to Florida, so he's probably busy. So soon, I'm gonna reach out to him. Maybe we'll do something soon. Would you like to see us sign? Who would you like to see us sign free agency? I did a list. I have my list over here still. So if you guys notice, I use this notepad to write a lot of my stuff down when I do videos. I take a ton of notes when I do videos, and so not a lot that comes off the top of my dome, but I do a lot of videos where I just write things down. Some of the names that I would like to see the Dolphins go for this week: Ezekiel Ansah, but I'm hearing that he is a top runner to go to the Seattle Seahawks because they lost their defensive end. I forgot his name, but he was traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'd like to see them go for Jamie Collins, Danny Shelton, Ryan Schrader, Alan Bailey. I think he'd be very good with the Dolphins defensive end. He's only 30. He's not that. Thank you, Clark, David. He's not that old. A lot of the guys I'm naming aren't that old. The oldest one is Ryan Schrader at 31, right tackle. Everyone else is 30 or younger. Morris Claiborne, cornerback. I'd like to see the Dolphins go for him, so he can potentially have that competition opposite Xavier Howard. And then a name that potentially you could think about, Muhammad Wilkerson. Can the Dolphins and can Brian Flores potentially change his mentality and the way he is? So those are some of the names. I'm really excited to watch the season. We have some young players, and it will be awesome to watch them grow. I agree, Smallest Son 4. I think I picked you for a comment of the day, Smallest Son. JPP can't avoid bad luck, can he? No. Didn't he got into a car accident, right? And he hurt his neck. Jets D will be good, but Sam Darnold sucks. He could barely had a positive touchdown to interception ratio. He had a ridiculous amount of turnovers in college. Yeah. Spaghetti Gaming, what's up, my dude? Thank you so much for the $2 donation. It means the world to me. Hi. Doug just finished cooking my dinner. Yum. What'd you make? I just made chicken cutlets. I ate it before I came on here. I watched Josh Rosen tape. The kid got great footwork in the pocket, but he's downfield. His downfield is his decision making. He loves those tight throws. Yes, he also loves his tight ends. So Gizicki should have a good year. Sean Smith, thank you so much for the $2 donation, my dude. Thank you so much. You're one of the OG subscribers of mine. Pulled chicken and homemade mac and cheese. Oh, God. Sounds delicious. I'll give you my P.O. box. Send me some. Don't send me. Don't send me food. If you're going to send me stuff in the P.O. box, don't send me food because it'll go bad. We will win 10 games, shock the world. Maybe. Adam, you've pushed me to your. I want to keep you in the chat, Adam Schefter, because I know you're not real. But if you keep doing that, I'm going to have to block you. Donate. Just block. He's enjoying my block. Pop 21. Hey, Doug, do you believe the Cleveland Browns hype? Hold on a second. Okay. Hey, Doug, do you believe the Cleveland Browns hype? Pierre says. With the Cleveland Browns, with the New York Jets and with the Oakland Raiders, there's so much hype, and they've signed so many big players and they've made so many big moves that people think the Cleveland Browns are going to the Super Bowl. And it's not even the Cleveland Brown fans that think the Cleveland Browns are going to go to the Super Bowl, because they definitely do. But the media is starting to think that the Cleveland Browns are going to make the playoffs and win the division. I saw on ESPN, they predicted they're going 11-5, I think. If the Cleveland Browns, the Oakland Raiders, and the New York Jets don't make the playoffs, complete failure this offseason. I'm sorry, but complete failure. I think the Browns will take the North. If they don't, this offseason it was complete failure. Does anyone else see Sam Darnold as the next Ryan Fitzpatrick? All horrified said, yeah. The only difference is Ryan Fitzpatrick has that like moxie to him where he's just like, I can make that throw. Even though he probably shouldn't, he's like, I'm going to make that throw. And then he'll make the throw, and you're like, holy crap. Or he won't make the throw, and you're like, you suck. It's like, that's Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going to win you games, but he's going to lose you games. And then if he starts losing us more games than he wins, then all of a sudden Josh Rosen will come in. If Ryan Fitzpatrick wins the quarterback job, again, I'm not handing out the quarterback job. DW, how long have I been subbed? Top 30? Phillip Gonzalez. I'd have to check, but a while. I've been doing this almost over a year now. Love every minute of it. Last summer, I started doing this channel. This channel's been around forever. If you guys go all the way back, you'll see that I have skits on here. I have challenge videos. I have reaction videos. I talk about comic books and movies and stuff. I even tell stories. But I started talking about the Dolphins on here because I noticed that there wasn't a lot of Dolphin channels out there. Because after I'd watch a Dolphins game, right? I live in Northeast. I live around Hoboken, Secaucus area of New Jersey, right? So after I'd watch a Dolphins game, if they did good or bad, I'd want to talk to someone about it, or I'd want to watch somebody talk about it so I also could be like, yeah, right, or yeah, this. And there wasn't a lot of that on YouTube. So it was like before free agency, I thought to myself, I'm going to start doing it. So I started doing it. And then, I did the free agency, I did the draft, I live streamed the draft. Last year I live streamed the draft. I only had like 30 people in the draft max. And then I started doing OTAs in training camp. And with the OTAs in training camp, that's where I started getting a lot of my subscribers, and then the season, obviously. But because I was the only Dolphin YouTube channel that was literally breaking down every little thing that was happening in OTAs and training camp, I'm going to do the same thing this year. I would put out like 25-minute videos, and I would think to myself, Jesus Christ, I'm putting out 25-minute videos, and literally just I'd either listen or watch or go on Twitter and see what the Dolphins are doing in training camp, and I would take a notepad and I'd write Ryan Tannehill completion to Amendola 25 yards, and I'd write down all these things, and I would sit in front of the camera and just start telling you guys like, oh my God, made a deep bomb, so awesome, and for 25 minutes, and I thought to myself, I got to cut this stuff down because these guys aren't going to want to watch me talk for 25 minutes about what happened at training camp. But you guys did. Because some of you guys were like, don't cut it down. We want to know everything that's happening in training camp. Who is throwing touchdown passes? Who's getting interceptions? Who's making tackles? So, yeah. So around this time, your guys are going to get longer videos from me because I'm breaking down everything that happens at training camp, OTAs, mini camp, all that stuff. So I hope you guys are ready for it. It's a lot. And if you hate it, let me know. I do what I do for you guys. So if you guys ever hate things or love things, I'll do more and I'll stop doing the other ones. So yeah. Yeah, I remember those videos and the little beef with K-Flexin, but you guys are friends now, so I'm happy. Rhino says, yeah, that was funny. We actually talked on the phone to each other, and it was complete miscommunication. It was hilarious. We actually both laughed about it, and we still to this day think it's funny as how that a lot of you guys think we hated each other. We never hated each other, me and K-Flexin. Not even from like the comments and how much that blew up. We didn't hate each other from at any point, but a lot of you guys thought we hated each other. It was funny and made us laugh. I'm so glad you do this stuff. I'm from Pennsylvania, so I don't have many Dolphin fans in this area. Yeah, being up in Jersey is hard too. What's up, Cedric? DDW, keep me sane in the offseason. I'm trying, man. I'm losing my mind. This channel has come a long way, my friend. Congrats. Thank you, Philip. It has. It really has. I'm trying to make this look cooler behind. Like, there's a big empty space right here that I need to fill up. I'm also trying to make the intro a little bit better. One of you guys asked if I'm going to update the video. This time last year, I had the intro and there was the video was like all time Dolphin plays with Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, Larry Zonka, Ricky Williams, all that stuff. And then when the season comes, I put in the intro the best clips from the game the week before. So now that it's the off season, I really don't have anything to put in there clip-wise. So maybe I'll go back to some of the all-time greatest Dolphin plays. I'll put it in the intro. Should we pick up a free agent offensive line this year? Yes. Definitely right tackle. I would probably go for it. And if not, then the Dolphins are comfortable with either Stirrup or Jesse Davis at right tackle. Dolphin page is, but since Vince Sider's no longer on. Yeah, I used to watch. I got a call in through on Vince Sider, Raheem, and I talked to Sam Madison, and I sounded like a little girl meeting One Direction for the first time because I called in and they were like, "Hey, this is Doug, da da da," and I was like, hey guys, oh my God, I just want to say Sam Madison," and I was just like being such a nerd. He was like, "Oh, thank you, appreciate it. What's your question?" And I was just like, I forgot my question for a second, but I got it in. So yeah. Why hasn't Zach Thomas made it in the Hall of Fame yet? Maybe I'm a little biased, but it seems him play week in, week out, and seeing the amazing things command field that way he did. Sean Smith, I agree 1,000%. I think that Zach Thomas should have gotten over Brian Urlacher. He has better stats than Brian Urlacher, but played for the Dolphins. Never got a Super Bowl. So where's my dad? My dad, he just got back from Louisiana. He's been working. He's going to be in a video really soon. One of you guys sent us embroidered thing. Me and my father, you sent us both something. So he's going to be in that unboxing video. If you guys do want to send me something, I'm thinking of doing a mail video. The P.O. box is normally below in the description of all my videos. It'll say P.O. box and then there's the address. So if you guys ever want to send me anything Dolphin wise or send me letters and you want me to read it on camera, let me know and I'll do a mail opening. So got a P.O. box just so I can send you guys stuff. Greg Likens was good on the Finsiders. He really was. Do you think the Dolphins should wear the throwback jerseys this season at home? Last year they did it 4 times. I'd like them to do it a bunch, 3 times, and then they're supposed to have an alternate. So we'll see. Living here in California with 4 NFL teams, which is so weird, Black Dante. I got nothing. I get nothing Dolphins. You and K Flexer are my lifeline for my Dolphins. Please keep the videos coming on everything Dolphins. I don't care what it is. You got it, bud. You got it. Kansas City is hard to be a Fins fan. I'm in. So when me and my friends wore our jerseys one day, a man said, "Trade all your picks, idiot." So I told him every pick we had next year. You and Peter said that. Who's the better player, Tannehill or Dalton? It's a very good question. Andy Dalton had the players around him. Andy Dalton also never won a playoff game. Neither did Ryan Tannehill. I'm going to say Tannehill. I like Tannehill a little bit better than Andy Dalton just because he had his athleticism. Jeremy, I'm not even going to read your stuff because Jesus. Fins up from Massachusetts. Roger. Fins up, my dude. We let Ndamukong Suh go to L.A. How will the defense improve with Christian Wilkins? Danny Boy 24 says. Christian Wilkins is disruptive. He gets past these offensive linemen and get in the backfield. Don't be surprised if Ndamukong Suh comes back to Miami. Not saying it's going to happen, not saying I want it to happen, but don't be surprised. He's already got his money. Don't be surprised. Why do analysis and fans make up so many excuses for Josh Rosen? Didn't Josh Allen have a crap O-line, suspect receiving core, and over-the-hill running backs? Rosen did not adjust to the NFL speed, period. Randy, they don't make up so many excuses for him, but he also had 4 offensive coordinators in 1 year. Josh Allen had a running back, 2 good running backs. Josh Allen had a better offensive line. And Josh Allen he would constantly, if you notice, Josh Allen would just be running around with his chicken, like a chicken with his head cut off. He had so many rushing yards because that's all he would do. If Josh Allen actually stayed in the pocket, he'd probably have a worse year than Josh Rosen did. Take away AJ Green and Dalton was terrible. Yeah. Tannehill is going to take Mariota's job. I do agree on that, BD. Mariota can never stay healthy, so I do agree on that. Who's the better quarterback, Josh Rosen or Sam Darnold? I don't know yet. It's too early to say. Fins up from the land down under. Jazz, fins up from Australia, my dude. David Lee, fins up from Pennsylvania. Fins up. His face lit up, and my friend is a Redskins fan. Human, I don't know what you mean by that. Did Adam Schefter get kicked? He did. He wouldn't have gotten kicked if he didn't keep posting, I'm real, I'm real, I'm real. That's when I'm just like, if you're spamming my chat, go. Get out of here. Josh Rosen and Allen had about the same stats last year. Exactly. So you can't really compare one to the other. Is Rosen better than the other two quarterbacks, not Brady, in our division? I don't know yet. I haven't seen Josh Rosen play with our team, so it's too early to predict. I'm sorry. I know I'm a Zach Thomas. I'm on Zach Thomas cake, but I would love to see him coach NFL linebackers in the NFL. Would you imagine being a young linebacker watching film from him? Yeah, Sean. I agree whole 100%. What's up, Elvis? Josh Allen will get hurt from all that running around, guarantee. He will. Someone's going to light him up. No problem, Black Dante. I'm just going to call you Dante because I feel like for me keep calling you Black Dante, it just makes me uncomfortable. I'm just going to call you Dante. Why isn't your name just Dante? Black Dante, where did you get your name from? Kansas is hard to be a Finn fan. And so when me and my friend, oh, you already said that, human. You said it again, twice. I already read yours. Would you be mad if Haskins ends up taking the Redskins to the playoffs and won Rookie of the Year knowing that the Finns passed up on him? No. Because in my eyes, there's some things about Haskins I didn't like. There's some things about Haskins I did like. Haskins would have gotten murdered behind the type of offensive line we have. Josh Rosen has some speed to him. He also has a very good pocket presence if he wins the quarterback position. But Haskins is going to be playing behind a Redskins offensive line that isn't bad. It's a good offensive line. What's up, Brian? And also, I'm very happy with the Wilkins pick. I think that there was better players on the board than Haskins, and he fell to where he should have went. People thought that the Redskins wanted Daniel Jones, and that's why the Giants took him at 6. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. All right, then Giants take the best defensive or offensive lineman at 6. Let the friggin' Redskins take Daniel Jones, and you take Haskins at, 17? It was dumb. Fins up, I believe this draft set us up to succeed. Even the Josh Rosen pick, don't care. With nobody, he says he has potential. I agree. This draft was different than last year's draft because last year's draft when we took Gesicki and then we took Smythe, I hated it. I was like, why are we taking 2 tight ends that do 2 opposite things? This year we didn't take anyone that like 2 of the same positions that counterproduct each other. We took great players, durable players. That was the one thing I think when you guys brought that up to me. The players we drafted are durable. Have played lots and lots of games. Also, our undrafted pickups were really, really good. I think we got like the second best ranked undrafted pickups. So we did good. I don't mind Rosen only having speed problems considering when you ask players what's the biggest transition from college to pros. Yeah, speed of the game always gets these college players. It's way faster in the NFL than it is in the college. How do you feel about defensive ends? It makes me, in the words of Joe Philman, it makes me queasy. When are we going to be a consistent playoff team? Soon. Don't be surprised after next year, all of a sudden, they're talking about the Dolphins potentially doing something because we have all the cap space and we have all these draft picks that we start stacking this team up with great talent. So, don't be surprised next year. Josh Allen was hard to tackle, though. He was. But was he hard to tackle because the Dolphins couldn't tackle for their life? Because I noticed that was the Dolphins' biggest problem last year. They could not tackle if their life depended on it. Or are you talking about in general? The Giants should have took Haskins instead of Daniel Jones. That was a bad choice by the Giants. Jones might get destroyed in the field with the bad O-line. I think Eli Manning's going to start for them one more year. Would you be mad if when we play the Browns, Jarvis Landry goes off for 13 receptions, 203 yards, and 2 touchdowns, knowing Gase traded him? No. I didn't want them to trade Jarvis Landry, but they messed up that whole situation by not giving him the contract extension the year before, and then he started wanting more money. So, no. But don't be surprised if he doesn't do much. We still have Xavier Howard. He can cover him. Or he'll cover OBJ. Don't be surprised if one of them gets injured before then. Dan Marino is not walking through the door. More concerned about offense or defense? For me right now, defense I'm more concerned about. I think we have a ton of wide receiver weapons. I think we have a ton of running back weapons. I think we have a ton of tight end weapons. So our wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs are pretty set. We have 2 quarterbacks competing for the starting job that can win us some games. And the offensive line just needs a few more players, 1 or 2, which we could pick up very easily. And I think the offense is set. Defense, on the other hand, we need to find a starting cornerback opposite of Xavier Howard. We don't know what Mika Fitzpatrick is doing. Apparently, he's going to be a roamer. We have no pass rushers except for 3 guys, maybe. The guy from AAF, which, again, you're going from AAF where you're playing other practice squad-like players now have to play the NFL. Woodard and Harris, and then Van Ginkel, if he does do it. Linebackers are okay. Secondary is pretty good. There's more holes in the defense than there is in the offense. So defense scares me a little bit more. Seahawks front runners to sign Ezekiel Ansah. Yeah, I noticed that. I'm ready for us to be legit contenders, but I dread the media and their stories. They will say we're only great because we copy the Patriots. Let them. I stopped listening to what the media says because I also stopped looking at rankings after each week because they're dumb. So I don't really listen to the media anymore. Could you get Taylor Schefter out? Do you think we draft a wide receiver next year? Maybe 2nd round. Depends on how it falls. The AF players are in the same position as the draft picks. Yeah, AF players have a little bit more experience, but a lot of people are depending on these AAF players to come in and do great when, I don't know. We'll see. Keeping my expectations low. You guys know how I do. Would you want to spend big money like the Rams last year and Browns, Jets this year if you could have promising season, or more of a cult strategy and build in the draft with good value and value signings? James, both, but not overpay for players. So how the Jets and the Browns and the Raiders made these big splashy moves and threw all this money like at CJ Mosley and stuff. And you don't know if it's going to pan out. I wouldn't do stuff like that. I'd build through the draft like the Dolphins are doing. We have a ton of draft picks next year. But also, I would still sign young, good, talented players to reasonable contracts. If they see what the Dolphins can do and they can see what this coach can do, people will want to come here. People have taken less money to play for winners. And, of course, this year, will we be a winner? I don't know yet. But if they see the culture and they see what the coach can do, then people will want to come here. So you got to look at it that way, Allen ran better than Rosen, and Darnold made better decisions than Rosen. We'll see. People thought that Steve Young sucked, and then he got traded to the 49ers and won a Super Bowl. People thought that Brett Favre sucked, and then he got traded to the Packers and won the Super Bowl. Not comparing Josh Rosen to these guys. What I'm saying to you is we don't know. You don't know what you have. You take a quarterback in the 6th round, skinny lanky dude from Michigan, thinking he's going to be a practice squad player. He ends up winning you 5 Super Bowls. We don't know what you have. You got to see it play out. You got to wait and see. So I can't tell you if Josh Rosen's going to be a superstar quarterback. I can't tell you if we're going to win 11 games this year. We could. You never know. Cian was a bomb diggity. Difference between Gase and Flores. Gase wanted to be everyone's friend. Flores wants the respect. What's up, Mackenzie? Yeah, peekaboo. 100%. Even Kenyon Drake said that. He's friendly, but he's stern. He'll make you laugh and have fun with you, but if you keep messing up, your ass is grass. Who will Miami sign in the second wave of free agency? I got some names. But apparently one of them is going to be going to the Seahawks, front runner for the Seahawks. What's up, November, right? I'm happy if Drake had 1,000. Yeah, me too. Who do you think has the best shots of making the Pro Bowl? Brian asks me. Laremy Tunsil, Xavier Howard again. Albert Wilson, if he stays healthy. Kenyon Drake. I think Kenyon Drake is going to have a big year. But again, I don't know, because if you go by what the Patriots did, I don't know. I mean, they have a running back by committee back then. I would like to see a South Park version of you, Doug. If there's any graphic artists out there that want to do artwork for me, do it up. I got my degree in video editing, so that's why a lot of my videos are edited the way they are and all that stuff. But when it comes to graphic artwork, I'm not good at it. So if any of you guys are graphic artists and you want to help me spruce up the channel and you want to do artwork and you want to send me artwork, do it up. I'll show it in some episodes. If you guys send me stuff, and I'm not talking through P.O. Box, but like you do artwork and you send me stuff, I'll either hang it on the wall or I'll put it in a video. If Rosen has an average year, what would you think about taking a top quarterback next year? What's your definition of an average year? Week 1 matchup worries me. Lamar Jackson got a year under his belt. The kid can run. That doesn't do well against running quarterbacks. Yes. Just do what the San Diego Chargers did and put 6 DBs on the field. You know, if we run the 3-4 scheme, where we were in the 3-4 scheme and the Dolphins, only have 3 down linemen, I wouldn't be worried about it. Ginkle can get to the quarterback, and Kiko Alonso will probably knock him out of the game and then get suspended because he doesn't know how to hit quarterbacks. If Dieter, Asiata, and Prince play their strengths, then Drake and Balaj should have a great season, which would help Rosen out a lot. Yeah, because Asiata is a bull in the running game, but he can't pass block. His life depended on it. Throw everything you know previously via Dolphins defense. Throw everything you know previously via Dolphins defense. Flores is a Dolphins expert. Yeah, that's true, David. This is a new team. You can't really go by what the Dolphins used to do. Baker can catch LJ too. Yeah, Baker's quick, very quick. Dougie, I think we are doing great with the rebuild. Rosen, I do. I like the way the Dolphins are doing. I've talked about it many times. A lot of people thought that the Dolphins were tanking, and a lot of people kept talking about the Dolphins are tanking. They're tanking. And how many times did I tell you guys the Dolphins aren't tanking? The Dolphins are rebuilding, and then all of a sudden they go for Josh Rosen, and all of a sudden the media and everyone's like, "Are they tanking? Oh my God, are they actually? Wait, they're not tanking anymore." And I'm sitting here like, duh. William Hayes, I think he might retire. William Hayes. He was old and he was injured a lot, and then he blew his knee out. I don't know if he'll play again. We will know how good we are really after playing week 1 versus the Ravens. I think Sean Smith, I agree. Week 1 and week 2, Ravens, Patriots, we'll know what type of team we have. Hey, Doug, I just graduated with my degree in statistics, and I'm thinking of making a YouTube blog analysis Dolphins stat from a mathematical point of view. What do you think? It's never been done before, Brian, and that's what you have to do when it comes to YouTube. You find something that is very rare on YouTube, and you stick with it, and you promote the hell out of yourself. If you do that, Brian, I will help you out. And if you help me out with my preview videos, like we could do a collab or something where I bring your analysis aspect to it, I'll help you out. I helped out, there was a Dolphins, there's a sports YouTube channel that I collabed with a few times. I helped them out. I don't know what happened to them. I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel. Let me look it up. But I did help a YouTube channel out. I'm always down to collab with new upcoming YouTube channels. I don't even know if they're around anymore. I'm looking for it. Hold on. Unless you guys already know. No, I can't find it. No, they might have deleted their YouTube channel. Yeah, it was. I helped out a YouTube channel, and I don't know what happened to him. We should be signing soon. Gary signed in Green Bay 4-year deal with the indicated. And yeah, I think Wilkins is going to sign soon. A lot of these players are going to be. The Dolphins want to sign their draft picks by Friday. Oh, Harvard 5, thank you so much for the $5 donation, my dude. I know it's early, but fantasy question. I avoid Patriot running backs because it's such a committee. Should we consider about our running backs this year in fantasy? Kind of. Again, I don't know what they're going to do when it comes to, Chad O'Shea. Is he going to run it the same way? Is he going to do running back by committee? Does he want to keep them fresh? So I don't know, but I do agree, and thank you so much for the donation. What's up, Doug, and the rest of the Fins family all heard it from me first. I believe we have our franchise quarterback in Rosen. I see a smart, cerebral, up for the challenge guy who has Peyton Manning potential. I would love it. I honestly would love it. I'd love for Josh Rosen to play lights out, to show everyone that he is the next best thing, and then next year we don't have to worry about a quarterback. We just start drafting everything around him, and we light it up. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I would love it. The name of the channel was Know-It-Alls. There you did. Thank you. Yeah, Know-It-Alls. I collabed with them a few times. They were a bunch of cool dudes. They talked about everything: baseball, basketball, Dolphins football, Giants football. It was Dave and I don't remember the other guy's name, Joey. They were cool dudes. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to them. Fly down to Miami and have a meet and greet at Hard Rock before the game. I'm going to do that, Brian. I think the December game I'm going to do it. No, do you know TD was in a car accident? I do. David, in his post on the YouTube channel, I wished him best wishes. I hope they have a speedy recovery. There he is, TD Fins Talks. I'm loving the content, bro. I'm so ready for the season. TD Fins Talk is in the chat, everybody. What's up, TD? The guys all want us to collab again, TD, so we got to do it again. I'll hit you up on Twitter. We'll have another nice collaboration, talk about some camp stuff. But TD, hope you're feeling better, and hope the family's doing good, my dude, and hope the move went well for you. But yeah, TD Fins Talk in the chat. I'm the real Dolphins fan. I'm the real Dolphins fan. I hate to be compared with Patriots, so stop. I'm the real Dolphins fan. I hate to be compared with the Patriots, so stop comparing us with the Patriots. We need to get it to look like them. We're not going to have the same offense or defense. I'm not saying it's going to be exactly the same, but, Brian Flores did run the defense in New England. So if you kind of want an idea of what they're looking for, what they're looking at, there it is. 3-4 scheme with 3 defensive. Is 3-4 scheme with 3 defensive tackles? No, you got a nose tackle and you have 2 edge rushers, and then you have sometimes the outside linebackers. I'll write it for you. Okay. So this might be backwards, but I'll write it for you. Wait a second. That is a 3-4 defense. So you got defensive end, nose tackle, defensive end, outside linebacker, 2 middle linebackers, right? So, and then a 4-3, you guys probably already know this, but this is for the fellow who asked me the question. And then that's a 4-3. You got 2 defensive ends, 2 D tackles, outside linebacker, middle linebacker. And the difference is these defensive ends are completely different than these defensive ends, because a lot of times one of these outside linebackers is going to be rushing the quarterback, whereas these 2 defensive ends are going to be rushing the quarterback. With these defensive ends, you want faster, think Jason Taylor type, Brian Burns type, faster, skinnier defensive ends, whereas these defensive ends, you want bigger, bullish guys that will take on the blocks so your outside linebackers can get to the quarterback. And then these defensive tackles are completely different than the nose tackle, because the nose tackle has to take on 2 blocks, whereas those defensive tackles are more getting after the quarterback. I hope that helped you understand what a 4-3-3-4 defense is. Do you do live all the time, Willie Mask? No. I do it once in a while. I'm going to start doing it more often, but no, I don't do. I'm going to do it more. I respect you not trying to come off as a butthole. Just say I hate. No, I don't. When you guys comment on my videos and when you guys comment here and we have a disagreement or you disagree with what I'm saying or I disagree with you're saying, I don't take it as a fight. I don't take it as you guys being disrespectful to me unless you call me a name or something, and vice versa. So I don't take it. You guys never have to apologize to me unless you call me a name and you call me something, then I'm going to go at you. Or don't call each other names. I actually had to block a guy because he was being super racist, so I blocked him. Thank you, Jackson. I appreciate it. As a Dolphin fan, I want to be just like and better than the Patriots. They won the most Super Bowls. They're a dynasty, and Brian Flores will take the dynasty down. I started reading your Levante. I started reading your comment about the Patriots, and my iPhone watch just told me to breathe. It told me to breathe. Patriots are cheaters. They are cheaters. That's the difference. We're going to win by not cheating. I'm not going to get into it, though, because I might have some Patriot fans come in here and start getting upset of me calling you cheaters. We're calling them cheaters. I'm going to send you a Braves Chipper Jones thing for that open spot. Do not send me a Braves thing, Spaghetti Gaming. I am a Mets fan through and through. As much as they suck, even though they had that comeback win yesterday, do not send me a Braves thing. Braves. I do like Chipper Jones, though. I grew up watching Chipper Jones. Patriots are the champs, though. Champs is stealing and cheating and filming and getting touched by massagers. If Rosen finished the season with 45 touchdowns and 20 interceptions, is that your franchise quarterback? Stats can be very inflated, and you can see that with what Adam Gase did with Tannehill and Brock Osweiler. So I don't go by stats. I have to go by the way he plays. Who would have come out in the World Series? I love the Braves. I know. I respect that. I respect your love for the Braves. But no. Mets all the way. And I hate the Yankees. The linebacker from the Packers may do well if signed. Yeah, Nick Perry would be a good outside linebacker for us. Doug, why not run a 3-4 scheme with 3 defensive tackles if they are your best D lineman? Manuel says. I agree. We could put, I'll bring this back up. I'm going to keep this so we can keep talking about it. We could put Vince Taylor here, right? Or let's put Christian Wilkins here, right? And we could put Vince Taylor here and then maybe Woodard here, you know? And then in this scheme, we could put Vince Taylor and Wilkins. I would have put Charles Harris on a 4-3 defensive end, and that's why we're missing this. Here we might be good because we got the outside linebackers, and we need maybe 1 or 2 defensive ends, but we need a defensive end that can do both. Matt, no need for sorries. How you doing? Welcome. Matt Harvey blew it by letting the reliever in and going for the complete game. Yeah. I got to bring up the World Series. Breaking my heart. Just showing some love, enjoying the vid. Thank you, #1 sub. I appreciate that. Will the Steelers beat us on Monday night? I don't know. We beat them in Pittsburgh in the snow. That was a fantastic game. I also almost had a heart attack because they almost had a miracle on us, but he stepped out of bounds. I trust whatever Flores is going to do on defense. Me too, JD Dizzle. He won them that Super Bowl. I'm telling you, that defense won the Patriots the Super Bowl, and we got that. We got the guy who won them the Super Bowl, so I'm happy about it. No one thumbs down. No one thumbs down, Peekaboo. Everyone thumbs up. 83 thumbs ups. Let's get this sucker to 100 likes, please. I got a Wilkins and Mutt the other day, and I love it. I lost my boop. He's better than Mean Joe. Is he? I was thinking of picking him up. There was a 99 overall Dan Marino. I have a 96 overall Dan Marino. There's a 99 overall Dan Marino for like $200K, and I wanted to pick him up. But then when I got the $200K together, he was gone, and the only one that is available is $300K. So I'm trying to build it up. But I opened, if you guys watched my Madden video on BitBoys, I opened some packs off camera, and I pulled a lot. I pulled a 98 Calvin Johnson. So my team is a little bit better now. So maybe I won't lose so badly. Hey, Doug, Aussie fan here. What's up, Fry? From Australia. I'm not going to try an accent because that's just disrespectful. Can you explain what makes a great quarterback? To me, there's a quarterback that do as they told Tannehill, and those that will play the field with leniency, Jim Kelly. What type of quarterback do we need to develop? So Fry wants my opinion of a successful quarterback. Now, you can't blame a quarterback's downfall on just the offensive line. You have to have good pocket presence to also help the offensive line. You got to understand something. These offensive line are trying to hold back these 200 and something pound dudes that are just ripping through them. You know, you got about 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and you got to get the ball off, or you need to move your ass. Now, the one knock on Ryan Tannehill that it got a little bit better, but it was always his downfall, is he had horrible pocket presence. He took a lot of sacks, and he didn't know when to run. Now, for me, being able to look off your receivers, that's very important for a quarterback. Don't stare down your number ones. When it comes to offensive plays, you have a number 1, a number 2, a number 3, and your check down. But it also depends. You know, if you have a running an I formation with 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back, you might have a 1-2, then a check down. You know, it all depends on the play and who's staying into block, especially if it's play action. For me, starting caliber quarterback and a quarterback that shows that he can take this team where it needs to go, has great pocket presence, can make the throws, has arm strength, and can read a defense. Now, arm strength isn't 100%. 100% at that point. Let's look at what Chad Pennington did. Chad Pennington had good arm strength coming out of college, but when he got injured, his arm strength kind of went to the wayside, but he still was able to manage a team. But arm strength is important. Accuracy is important. Accuracy also intertails with footwork. If you have bad footwork, there goes your accuracy. Also, your throwing motion. Look at Tim Tebow's throwing motion. That sucker would drop his arm, bring it up and around, and throw the ball. It would take him at least a second to throw the ball. So not only did he have to drop back, can't look, so he's got 1, 2, 3, and then he's like, oh, I found a guy. He would have to wind his arm around to throw it, and that's why he sucked. So, yeah, for me, it's a lot of pocket presence, footwork, accuracy, and being able to read a defense. Those 4 things, and you got a great quarterback. So, yeah. I'm listening to what you think makes a good quarterback, and you're listing the things Josh Rosen isn't good at. He doesn't know when to run. He stares down his guys. He takes too long. Megan, that's not true. He actually has very good pocket presence, and there's been a ton of times where he's run when he's supposed to. I don't know what film you're watching, but that thing you got wrong. He has very good pocket presence and knows when to run. Staring down his receivers, I did notice that. Josh Rosen also, his timing, he throws the ball really late, and his outside throws to the sideline are very bad. But his throws down the middle are very good. So, yeah. Do you think Flores could use 5-2 defense? Yes. Do you need me to if anyone needs me to tell them what a 5-2 defense is? I think the Dolphins are going to have, if you play Madden, I run my defensive scheme is a 3-4-4-3 hybrid defense, and it has 3-4-4-3 and a 5-2 in it. I ran that defense before. I ran it last year before Brian Flores even was hired, just because I like to have the chance of having these different type of players on the team. And the different types of schemes. I'm open to all schemes. And it's so funny that I've been running that 3-4-4-3 hybrid defense, and now all of a sudden the Dolphins are going to be running it. So it's funny. Francisco, what's up, my dude? We win too many games with 45 touchdowns, but that ain't happening. Patrick, what do you mean by we win too many games? How do you win too many games? What are we going to do about Raekwon McMillan? I think Raekwon McMillan is going to be just fine. I noticed at the end of last year, he started coming to his all, and he stopped making the stupid mistakes. So I'm not worried about Raekwon McMillan. But also you could bring in Jamie Collins. You know what I'm saying? I like our defensive tackle versatility. So do I. I'd still bring in one more, maybe Danny Shelton. Tannehill can't read defense, horrible pocket presence, and he reacts horrible. Yeah. What's your opinion on the entirety of the team right now? Like, what do you think is our ceiling at this moment right now with the team we have? Right now, with the team we have, I think the best they could do is 6 wins. Right now, with the team, like, they don't sign any more free agents, and they stick with what they have. They pick a starting quarterback, and they play their games this season. I think for me right now, the ceiling is by about 7 wins. What did you miss? I broke down a 4-3, 3-4 defense. I talked about why I became a Dolphins fan. You missed a lot. What's up with Rashad's health sick shoulder? He's going to be fine. He'll probably be there Monday for the OTAs. He'll be fine. Kiko about to kill another Ravens quarterback week 1. If these this is what drives me nuts, right? Now, that hit on Joe Flacco was hilarious to me for 2 reasons. Not because he got hurt, but because Joe Flacco wanted to psych out Kiko Alonso. Joe Flacco started running. Kiko Alonso started running at Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's like, I want to get this first down. Oh, my God, he's 2 yards from me. Let me slide. And he slid way too late and got killed. But then all of a sudden, Kiko Alonso's a monster and he's a horrible person. Oh, my God. You got to learn when to slide earlier. But, of course, he gets penalized and all that. No, actually, Kiko Alonso didn't get penalized. He didn't get kicked from the game. You got to slide better. Stupid. Madden ratings will likely be a 67. Nah, I'd say about 78. If 6 win is our cap for when Fitz shouldn't start. Again, Peekaboo, we don't know. I'm just saying off of right now. I don't know. He asked me as of right now, with the roster we have, without watching training camp, OTAs, nothing, without seeing this team play. That's what I'm saying. On paper, that's what I think. But they could be way better than that. Rate / your feelings on what's most important: skill, athleticism, scheme, and coaching. So you want me to rate what's the most important from skill? I'm gonna write this down. Athleticism, scheme, and coaching. So from like 1 being the most important, 4 being the least important, what's the most important? I think coaching. So for me, athleticism and skill are kind of intertwined. So I would have scheme before, athleticism 3, skill 2, and coaching 1. I think coaching is incredibly important. I think that the only reason that the Patriots have won as many Super Bowls as they have is because of the head coach. But I also think that it's also because of Tom Brady. But if you take Tom Brady and you put him in another team, I don't think he does as well. I think he's still productive and he's still good, but he's not as good. So I think coaching is the most important. I know they're cheaters, guys, but they didn't cheat last year. Do you think Howard can duplicate what he did last season? Of course. He would have been better if he didn't get injured, and he would have been better if Adam Gase would have played him. He wasn't injured, and he sat him out because they continued to think that they were going to make it. The last 3 games of the season, Xavier Howard could have played. The odds of them to win the division is 90-1. I have 200 to win, 18,000. Yeah, I think the Patriots are like 2 out of 7 to win the division. They didn't cheat or they didn't get caught cheating. It's a very good, yeah. Very good. Who's been better over the years, Big Ben, Eli, or Rivers? I would say, and this is going to blow your socks off, I think Phillip Rivers. Big Ben obviously has the Super Bowls. Eli obviously has the Super Bowls. Eli has his Super Bowl wins because of his defense. Big Ben has his Super Bowl win and has been productive because of the players around him. I think Phillip Rivers is very, very underrated and is constantly the top 10 quarterback with sometimes with nothing around him, sometimes with no O-line, no defense. So Phillip Rivers, he had the best cast most of the time. Yep, Ben had the worst Super Bowl ever. Rivers hadn't had much of a team, exactly, and he's still a top 10 quarterback. Do you think Rosen is an upgrade from Tannehill? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. That's a good question, but I'd have to answer. I'll answer that question second week of preseason. Why do you think the NFL took away the late South Florida game against the Patriots? Why do you think the NFL took away the late South Florida game? Dante, what do you mean? Are you talking about last season? Need Mika and on Edelman 24/7. I don't know why I said 24. I want Fitzpatrick shadowing slot dudes. Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much for the content. Looking forward to the season and future uploads. Thank you, Bubba J. Do you think Quinn and Balling will make the roster? I don't know. It's going to be hard. One Super Bowl for Ben's stats. His D saved him a lot. So you think Gase will fail in New York? Play Action 7 asks. I don't think he'll do as well as the Jet fans want him to. And I think up in New York, it's harder to succeed with their fan base. Our fan base is picky. Don't get us wrong. We're tired of losing, but the Jet fans will turn on an instant. If Adam Gase makes one dumb call, if Adam Gase runs 2 bubble screens back to back, the Jet fans are going to want to kill him. So, yeah. I don't think that he'll win as much as they want him to. Giants defense won those rings for Eli. Yep. What's your game day snack? Buffalo wings. I love buffalo wings. Even though they kill me internally, I love buffalo wings. Pepperoni, cheese, crackers, that whole like platter thing, pizza. I like pizza. There's a place in my town that makes really good bar pies, and they make bar pies with kielbasa on them. So good, dude. If you ever have a pizza with kielbasa on it, so good. How much input do you think Dan Marino had in getting Rosen? I don't know. I know Ross had him go to the combine to scout quarterbacks. Though I think Dan Marino has a bigger impact than a lot of people think. He's also learning to try to be the next John Elway. So, but the thing is, you don't want to, especially as an owner, you don't want to hire Dan Marino and then have to fire Dan Marino. Like, you're the owner that fired Dan Marino. You know, what is a bar pie? A bar pie is, so you have like a normal pie, which is big. Pizza. I'm talking pizza, Dylan. I have to remember that I'm talking to people that don't live in just New Jersey, because in New Jersey, we call pizza pies. So if I say like a bar pie or a large pie or a small pie, I'm talking about pizza. But other places, it's called pizza. But a bar pie is just like a smaller pizza, whereas you get a normal pizza. It's can serve about 4 people. A small pizza serves just 1. We're in Jersey, northeast Jersey. I'm right by Hoboken. Yankee talk. What did the guy mean by win too many games? I don't know what he meant by win too many games. Phillip Rivers is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Today, facts. Yeah. Dolphins, Bills, Jets, Patriots. Is that what you think the division is going to look like? I was on the bandwagon of wanting Rosen last year. I'm happy with Fitzpatrick because Arizona traded up. But now we have Fitzpatrick and Rosen. I'm even more excited. Yeah, it's good. Dolphins making good moves, Shadow. Making very good moves. Just imagine Mr. Flores will beat the Patriots twice this season just because he knows the Patriots playbook, just like Detroit Lions coach. Yeah, it's a very good possibility, Mr. 305. Eli had made some outstanding throws under pressure and had a good defense, but his defense didn't score. Of course, JR. I'm not saying that Eli and the Jets and the Giants offense didn't help win the the Super Bowls for them, but both times the Patriots were marching down the field, and the Giants defense held the Patriots. The first time they played, the Patriots were undefeated, had records for most scoring and most points and everything, and the Giants defense held them to 14. Like, you got to give that to the Giants defense. I understand the Giants defense didn't score touchdowns, but they also held one of the highest scoring teams in NFL history to 14 points. Just like the Patriots defense won the Patriots the Super Bowl this past year by holding that Rams offense to 3 points, which, God, that Super Bowl was boring. They had changed the schedule. We don't play Patriots late in the season anymore. Why? When did they change the schedule? I'm going to have to look this up. You know what I love about iPhones is their keyboards are horrible. I hate I hate touch phone keyboards because you never know if you're hitting the space bar or the N or anything. How will our division look this year, in your opinion? I don't know. As of right now, if I had to pick, I don't be surprised if the Dolphins are third and the Bills or Jets are fourth. That's what I'm going to say. Patriots will win the division. As of right now, Patriots will win the division. They change it around from year to year. iPhones duck and suck. See what you did there, Peekaboo. Bills wild card. I don't see the Bills making the wild card. Fat Finger Brotherhood. What is your opinion needs to step up the most on this team this year? Anthony asks. Who needs to step up the most? Rico Mcmillan. Our linebackers need to play better. Brady just retired. How do you feel about our running back depth? Seems like Drake was banged up quite a bit last year. And now we have Drake Balaj, and we have when I'm put on the spot, and this was Patriots aren't winning anything. When I am put on the spot, this is what happens. My brain just shuts off. But we have Gaskins, thank you. We have great depth at running back. We even have the guy from the AAF. The linebacker played better this year than, although that the linebacker played better this year. Bolden's gone. Bolden's on back with the Patriots. Patriots finished fourth. No, Patriots aren't finishing fourth. Unless Tom Brady gets injured, I don't see the Patriots finish fourth. Hopefully Flores can get the players to be like Belichick does. Hard-nosed football goes Fins. That's what I hope too, guys. I think McMillan had a great rookie year. I wouldn't say great. He was slow, and not slow as in physically, but slow as in deciphering where to go. I like Bryce Butler. He can compete to take over for Devontae Parker, but he has to show that he could do it consistently. Drake going to show out. He needs to be our main guy from now on. More touches for him, please. Elias, but then you got to worry about him getting injured because it's just the type of running back he is. He's not a big guy. He's not a Frank Gore that will run you over. Can you please tell me where you get the Miami Dolphins floating helmet? It was a gift. A Jet fan bought it for me. My friend John, it was after the second Dolphins-Jets game when we beat them. He got it for me for the channel. You can just Google it. Go on Amazon. Type in floating Dolphins helmet. You can get it there. Jakeem Grant is super slept on. The Dolphins receiving core is super slept on. Kenny Stills, Jakeem Grant, Albert Wilson. Devontae Parker, I don't even know if he'll make it to the season. They might cut his ass. Isaiah Ford. Then we picked up Williams, the undrafted free agent, who can. Don't be surprised if he does some great things. Cox at fullback is pretty good, honestly, saying that as a Bama fan. Yeah, I'm happy they got a legit fullback. I'm very happy. We will have win 10 games and a wild card. I hope. I don't want to lose. I don't want to have a good, draft pick. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Just win. I want to watch my team win. I want to enjoy every Sunday. Man, last year, I'm thinking of doing a video and I might do it soon, of Miami Dolphin fan reactions to the 2018 season, and I'll like reenact each game and how Dolphin fans felt through it. I'm thinking of doing that video soon. Do you know anything about the health of Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant? They posted in my last video. I showed you that Albert Wilson posted a video hyping up him and Jakeem Grant's comeback. I think they'll be ready for training camp. I don't see any reason why they won't be. Won't sleep on us this season. We'll have a great speed, and Josh should show some growth. I hope so. Hopefully the Blars can take the role of second string to evaluate some of the pressure on the Drake season. That whole backfield is going to be great. If we can go 3-3 or 4-2 in the division this year, where do you think we end up in the end? We went 4-2 last year. You said in the division, 3-3, 4-2. If we go 3-3 or 4-2 in the division, I can see maybe 8 wins. Yeah, 8, 9 wins. Kenny Stills is like the second coming of Andre Brinson, Alvin Harper. It ain't flashy. They just get open, right? There was a lot last year that Kenny Stills was open, and Ryan Tannehill wasn't even looking at him. So, and having Ryan Fitzpatrick, if he starts, just throwing bombs to him, it's going to be good. Do you think we should sign Nick Perry in free agency? Yeah, depending on the price. Yeah. Were you optimistic when Gase was fired, first hired as a head coach? I was cautiously optimistic. I liked what he did, but a lot of people thought he was a quarterback whisperer, even though with Manning kind of did his own things, and then, yeah, Cutler did better. But then 2016 season happened, and we did so well, and we made the playoffs that I was like, all right, this guy has something. And then all the bad luck that happened in 2017, I'm like, let me give this dude a chance. But then last year I was like, he's too much in his head and he outthinks himself. So I was done with him after last year. All horrified. Then you have to do the Pats fan reaction at Hard Rock to the Miracle Priceless, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that video where I break down, I do a fun video where I do the reaction of every Dolphin fan throughout the season. Hey, Doug, I remember watching you pick the Dolphins to win almost every game. It's like, I like that it's the Dolphins in every game that we're supposed to lose. You pick us to win. And then the one time I picked us to lose, we won. And there was a few Dolphin fans that were mad at me that I picked us to lose, and they actually won. And one guy's like, I'm unsubscribing because you're a fake Dolphin fan and you're not a real Dolphin fan, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, bye. I find it funny that people comment that they are unsubscribing. One guy commented on my Josh Rosen video, you're saying the same things with no context, no new stuff. I'm unsubscribing. Bye. I don't know what you want. Do you want me to be like, please don't unsubscribe? I have a family to feed. Like, if you don't like what I'm doing, all right, I'm not going to beg you to stay and change who I am to appease you. You subscribe because you like who I am. You like my big goofiness. It's hard to pick your team to lose, bro. Tell me about it. Especially when I'm like, oh, we can win this game. I'm like, we could definitely win this game. And every time I pick the Dolphins to win, I gave reasons why they are going to win. And I'm like, in my previews, I'm like, they need to do this, 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 and they'll win. And when they did this, this, and this, they've won. And when they didn't, they lost. So I'm like, just do what I say. Kevin, how dare you? That must have hurt for you to type that, Kevin. What's your opinion on Tua in this upcoming draft? I want to see what he does this season. See what he does. Where's your dad and his picks? He's coming back. He's going to come back. All Horrified sent me something that I'm going to open. So he'll be back for that because he sent me and my dad both something. If injuries weren't so consistent last year, do you think we'd have more wins? And do you think Gase would still be here? Glad he's gone now. I do. If William Hayes, if Sitton, if Kilgore, if Grant, if Wilson, if Taylor, if they didn't get injured, I think this team would have went to the playoffs last year. John Denny is the reason we sucked for years. But he catches the ball too, and many players can't catch. I don't know what you're talking about. Who cares if he's a tad slower? I'm assuming you guys are having your own conversation, unless that's something I said. Who else thinks the Dolphins was about to make the playoffs after starting 3-0? I did. Even though those 3 wins were very messy, the Titans game was very messy, the Raiders game was very messy, the Jets game was just fun to watch. But it sucked because Rashad Jones got injured. Talking about Carew. Oh, okay. Who's the #1 free agent you want to sign? Probably Alan Bailey, probably right now. I want to get an edge rusher in there. I'm looking at my list. It's right here. He'd probably be 1. Ryan Schrader would probably be 2. I want to bring in a right tackle, Danny Shelton. If they do Alan Bailey, Ryan Schrader, and Danny Shelton, and Jamie Collins, and they just sign those 4, I'd be happy. I think we'd be good. Oh, just stretch it. Don't mind me. Just stretch it. Dolphins start 3-0. Mets start 11-1. Both shit the bed. Peekaboo. Why you gotta hurt me? Why you gotta hurt me? I think the Mets started 13-1, and then lost like 9 games in a row. Peekaboo just likes hurting me. He wants to thumbs down my videos. He wants to bring up the past that makes my heart hurt. I don't care. Peekaboo, don't bring it up. November 8th, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Do you have any undrafted free agents you hope make the team for sure? I do. I wrote it down. Wrote it down. Preston Williams. I like him a lot. I was surprised he went undrafted. Terrell Hanks. This is from one of my videos. This is why I don't throw this stuff out, because you guys ask me questions. Terrell Hanks and Deion Calhoun, who's a guard. I'd like to see them make the team. But there's some players that we picked up that are going to be pretty good. Undrafted free agent, long snapper drafted, University of Nevada. LOL. Yes. And that is West. His name is West Farnsworth, long snapper. Hanks can't set edge. What are you talking about? Terrell Hanks? You can learn. You should check out DN CC Jefferson, undrafted from Florida. Can't get off blocks and collapse the pocket. Ooh, you can get off the blocks. I'll have to check him out. What Miami reporters do you prefer and which do you loathe? I appreciate Armando. You loathe Omar Kelly, Peekaboo says. I follow them all. I follow Barry Jackson. I follow Armando Salguero. I follow Adam Beasley. I follow Omar Kelly. I don't really like Armando as much, but I follow all 4. And the new guy. I forgot the new guy's name. Safid Dean. I follow him too. I follow all the Dolphin beat writers, even if I like what they have to say, even if I don't. Like Armando Salguero, I disagree with a lot of what he says. But I follow them all because it gives you perspective. It gives you 5 different people telling me 5 different things, and then I make my own judgment on it. You know what I'm saying? So Doug, pick 4 numbers. Pick 4 numbers between 1 and 19. Spaghetti Gaming says. So Doug, pick 4 numbers between 1 and 19. Is this for something, Spaghetti Gaming, or do you want me to just pick 4 numbers? I'm going to do it, but I need to know the reason behind it before I do it. Who's the biggest threat on offense and defense for the Dolphins? Biggest threat on offense for the Dolphins, I think, if he's 100%, is Albert Wilson. And the biggest threat on defense is Xavier Howard. Not going to get a Rosen jersey unless he proves he's a franchise quarterback. Do not get any jerseys for any current Dolphin player. That is my one sound advice to you. Don't do it. Don't spend your money on these jerseys because we don't know what the future entails. The only jerseys I will tell you to get are players that are either retired or going to be in the Dolphins Ring of Honor. Like I have a Cam Wake jersey. I'll still wear my Cam Wake jersey. I don't care that he went to Tennessee. He's still a Dolphin to me, and he'll still retire a Dolphin, and he'll go into the Hall of Fame as a Dolphin. I got a Wes Welker jersey. I regretted it. Someone gave me a Chad Henne jersey. I regretted it. I never bought a Tannehill jersey. And then sometimes I get jerseys with my name and number on it. I think this year, maybe I'll get a DouglieDoWrong jersey this year. I might do that. Might be a gift to myself is get a DouglieDoWrong jersey, Dolphin jersey. Complete this sentence. Yes, it's for something. Okay, so 4 numbers from 1 to 19, and then one of you guys want me to complete a sentence, and I'll do that. So 4 numbers, 1 to 19. 13, obviously. 12. 8. 4. There. Now you have to tell me what it was for. Now, one of you guys said to complete this. Doug, complete the sentence. The Dolphins will make the playoffs if they have a top 5 defense, stout running game, and a good offensive line. Heart line, laugh my ass off. Whose heart broke when Jason Taylor signed with the Jets? My dad ripped Sean Smith. My dad ripped his jersey in half. And then when he re-signed with the Dolphins, he was very upset that he ripped his jersey in half. Oh, he was so mad. So mad. That sucked. It sucked when they traded him to the Redskins. That sucked too. I'm so salty about that. Lucky Marino jersey is clutch. I feel Gase came in and just added second-string players, hoping they would be better. Now our team is full of backups, which is why we're in rebuild. That's a good point. That's a very good point. But I don't think he necessarily brought in second-string players. I think he focused on different positions more than others. So that's why it felt that way. I think he barely talked about the offensive and defensive line. He was always bringing in like corners, wide receivers, running backs. I said it earlier. You missed it. Yes, it's for something. Well, what is it, though? Who's the Dolphins' best draft pick not named Marino? Jason Taylor? I would say Jason Taylor because he wasn't a first-round pick. Oh, yeah, and Zach Thomas went to the Cowboys. That sucked, too. Patrick Surtain going to playing for the Chiefs. Sam Madison playing for the Giants. It just sucks. Wow, Goulier getting traded to the Bears. Like, come on. Keep your players. Zach Thomas, I know Zach Thomas was a 5th-rounder, but Jason Taylor is just – if you had right now, if you had to say who was the better Dolphin, Zach Thomas or Jason Taylor, who would you say? I'm not saying I like one or the other more, but if right now you have to say who is the better Dolphin, Zach Thomas or Jason Taylor, I would say Jason Taylor, and he was a 2nd-round pick. Yo, Doug, what happens if Rosen is good? Do you still think we go after Tua? No. We'd probably trade the pick. If we got like the first pick, which if we got the first pick, that means Josh Rosen was good. Yeah. Did you lose your mind when the Dolphins first ran the Wildcat? That game against the Patriots was beautiful. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, we are whipping their ass. Like, what is going on right now? I don't know. Oh, and we scored again? Like, I was like, what is going on? It was very nice. Actually, Peekaboo, Taylor is not with Zach Thomas' sister anymore. That's why if you notice when Zach Thomas got inducted to the Hall of Fame, he didn't mention Zach Thomas. He's not with his sister anymore. I think they got divorced. Juice was that dude. Sam Madison was part of the Giants team that beat the undefeated Patriots. He finally got a Super Bowl. Zach had Gardner and Bowens in front of him. Chris Perkins, Greg Likens. On your dad tearing his jersey, do you think we football fans have lost something with the downfall of stout rivalries? I don't think I think there's still some crazy rivalries going on. When the Steelers and the Ravens play each other, it's still crazy. Like, I don't know if rivalries are that gone. I don't know. I can't talk. David Hyde also, yeah, he's another guy I follow. I wonder what Devon Best is smoking right now. I can't with you, Peekaboo. So I got a gift together to mail you. Did you really, dude? I greatly appreciate that if you did. Who remembers Cleo Lemons and Brian Hartline? I love Brian Hartline. I'm assuming that's what you meant with Hart Lower. I love Brian Hartline. Pierre, fun fact, he tweeted back to me. I tweeted at him, and he tweeted back to me, and I lost my mind. I was like, well, what are you doing now? This was before he was a predominant coach with the Ohio State, and I was like, why hasn't anyone signed Brian Hartline? And he was like, that's because I'm not playing anymore. And I was like, when did you retire? And he told me, and I was like, oh my God, I still wear his jersey. I love my Hartline jersey because I love the color, the green of the Hartline jersey. It's the old Dolphin. It's the 2011, 2010 Dolphin jersey, so that dark green. Did you like Landry? I was really disappointed when we trade him. I did like Landry. I wanted to keep him. I think his price that the Browns paid for him is way too much, but I wanted to keep him. I was sad when they traded him. I disagree with you. Abby Wilson is not the best. Devontae Parker is. He's doing that. Need to show you this year. You guys are having a conversation without me. I will always miss Landry. Second best color unis. Yeah. Landry makes any team better. How do you handle Jets fans while wearing your Dolphin jerseys out there? I just ignore it. When I was 8 or 9, I went to a Dolphins-Jets game, and a Jet fan threw beer at me. My dad almost beat his ass. He was like, my son's here, and he lifted me up, and I was young. And the dude was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, why do you have to do that, though? I remember my very first game I went to for the Dolphins. I was 19, and it was my first game in Miami, mind you. I was 19, and we were playing the Chiefs. And there was a ton of Chief fans. I think we were on the 30-yard line, home side, about 10 rows up. And there was a ton of Chief fans around us. This is before they changed the seats. This is before the awning. It was 19, so that was, 13 years ago? And there was a ton of Chief fans around us. And they were rooting for their team. They were cheering for their team like no one's business. Not one Dolphin fan said anything to them, cursed at them, threw anything at them. There's some fan bases that I'm not saying that the whole fan base is bad, but there's certain fan bases that they have these groups within them that just completely give their fan bases a bad name. Eagles, Raiders, Jets, Patriots. Like, you just give your fan base such a bad name because of the way you act. How do I find where to send it? Spaghetti Gaming says, go to my last video, Spaghetti Gaming, and in the description it'll be a PO box, and you can you'll see the PO box there. If not, here, I'll type it in the chat. No, it's there. I'm not gonna type it in the chat. If not, if you can't find it, hit me up on Twitter and I'll send it to you. But it's in the last video. In the description, it'll say PO box, and that's the address you can send it to. Thank you so much for sending me something, though. I'll do it if you guys send me something, I'll do a video specifically with mail opening. So that and all Harborfied, I'm going to open both those in one video. And I remember, anyone remember our playoff game against Manning and the Colts when Smith had over 200 yards and won the game on a rushing touchdown in overtime? One of my greats, yeah. If Rosen does good, I think we should keep him as a backup, take out Fitz, and draft another quarterback. It all depends on how and all that stuff. Short quiz. What was the final score when we played against the Ravens on the verge of going 0-16? We won by 6. Oh God. I'm going to say 23-17. We won. Not 100%. Let me know. I think we won by 6, but I don't remember how much because it was, yeah. Let me know. All right, JD Dizzle. Catch you later. Dolphin fans are too passive. I've seen Dolphin fans get into fights, but I would prefer people to feel like you don't have to be, like, you can have a good time. Even if you're another team's fan, you can have a good time. Do we want other teams' fans in our stadium? No, but that means we need to buy tickets. We need to sell the stadium out with our team, I remember the Dolphins-Bears game I went to last year. Now the game was crazy good. Dolphin fans showed out that day, regardless of how many Bears fans talked trash around us. We held strong and won. I was at, not last year, the year before, I was at the Dolphins-Broncos game when Adam Gase did the onside kick. And we just completely destroyed them. I was at that game. That time is injected Taylor Brothers. So to me, that might be it. I remember that game. The team celebrated like they won the Super Bowl, right? Score was 22-16. I was close. I was off by 1 point. Do I get any credit for being off by 1 point? What's your opinion on the UK games and franchise talk? I don't like that the Dolphins would constantly play over in the UK. I'm glad they haven't done it in a while. I think it's because they've gotten their bid to play their Super Bowl here. I think it's next year. So that now the Dolphins are like, we're not going to play overseas. But yeah, it's hard because the currency is different over in the UK. So for the UK to have a franchise, they'd have to acclimate the currency difference with their pounds versus the US dollar, the time zone difference, even though it's kind of the same as going to California. If you're on the East Coast, go to England versus California. But if you're going to California to East Coast versus California to England, is hard. So it all depends. I don't know. I don't know if it'll really work. If Rosen really balls out, do we give him a new deal immediately? No. It could be a 1-year thing. What's up, Art? Who's the best Dolphin kicker / punter? Alindo Mare, baby. Who knows about Alindo Mare? I loved Alindo Mare. And then there was also that guy in the 70s who kicked with no shoe on. He almost cost the Dolphins the perfect season. I don't remember his name. Who's your favorite player from the Dolphins all time? If it's Marino, then besides him, mine is Wake. That's such a hard question. Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas. I would have to say Jason Taylor. It's probably my favorite. No, Ricky Williams, Chris Chambers. I have so many favorite Dolphins. It's hard for me to pick. Jason Taylor might be number 1 for me. Have a good time. Having a good time is better here. It's all violence and abuse and very old grievancy. It's only good after a game. Don't want you keep franchise, by the way, London too far away. Yeah. Wes Welker kicked the field goal, game winner. Mare went down. I remember that. Jensen, Sam Madison, Patrick Tane, Mare, Ricky Williams, hand down for me. It all depends on when you were born and your decade of watching the Dolphins, too. Some people might have liked Bob Greasy. Some people might have liked Jake Scott as their favorites. It all depends on the decade. What up, Doug? What up, Miles? Probably going to get off in about 10, 15 minutes. Hang out for 2 hours. Broke 100 likes. This is going to stay up. So I'm going to stay up. You can watch it. See anything you missed. Scroll back to the beginning. Watch it. Ricky also effed up. So, yeah. Did he, though? He got abused in more ways than one. So I don't know if he really effed up. No, Doug, that was for you when you said I would. Wilson is the receiver that needs to show up. Devontae Parker needs to show up. If he can stay healthy, we can be the top receiver in the NFL, guarantee you. Oh, well, no, break out. Like who's the top dude? Who needs to show up and who needs to play their butts off on the offense? Most definitely is Devontae Parker, or he's gone. If he doesn't light it up this training camp, he's not making the team. He'll be traded or cut. I'm saying it now. Who do you think's the best corner duo the Dolphins ever had? It's got to be Surtain and Madison. I loved it. Ricky was abused, had the most carries in NFL history in one season. Yeah, his body took a toll on him. So, he smoked weed. Who cares? It's legalized now. Too bad he didn't play football now. The game is completely different now. Ricky would just, if the Dolphins had Dan Marino and Ricky Williams now, oh boy. I feel it always bothers me too that the Dan Marino's record keeps getting broken. Like it took Brett Favre how many extra years to break his record, his all-time record? Like it drives me nuts. Dan Marino, if he played now, that record would never be broken. So, do you think our playoff chances are higher than the start of the season? What do you mean, Julio? So, do you think our playoff chances are higher than the start of the offseason? Gotcha. And the start of the offseason. Yeah, I like our draft picks. I think it's a little bit higher. I'll let you know when preseason comes and see if we sign anybody. Worst loss you ever suffered? Oh, I got it. I know the loss that I've suffered the most for. Okay. So the Dolphins were playing the Patriots. I don't remember what year this was. It was in the 90s, maybe 90. No, it was in the 2000s, maybe 2003. The Dolphins were playing the Patriots, and they needed to beat the Patriots. Week 17. Dolphins needed to beat the Patriots. Correct me and let me know what year this was. Dolphins needed to beat the Patriots to get into the playoffs, right? And the Dolphins lost to the Patriots. Then they cut to the Jets game, and because the Dolphins lost to the Patriots, the Jets got into the playoffs, and Jet Stadium was cheering because they cut to that game, and then they showed on the big Jumbotron that the Dolphins lost to the Patriots, and the Jet fans were cheering, and I was devastated. I was 13 at the time. I was young at the time. I was devastated, and my mom said to me, "It's only a game." And my dad was like, "Just leave him alone." But yeah, that was probably the worst, most devastating loss for me. Have a good night, Dante. Talking kickers. That reminds me of Doug Belvin and his history as a kicking coach. Yeah, remembers Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, running back. Oh. Teddy Bruschi had a pick six. Yeah. They slept on the kid chosen. My worst loss ever was Dolphins versus Jaguars. Jaguars or Jay Fiedler was the quarterback. Yeah, that was like a 62-7 loss. Yeah. Do you think Harrison Parker will take a step forward now that Gase is gone? I do. They have a proper coach. I also think Isaac Asiata might get a chance finally. Can't be Jason Taylor. He went to the Jets. That's treason. Will you have your dad back for picks again this year? I definitely will, Dylan. Whenever he's available, he does work. He's a truck driver, so if he does overnights or if he's out late, and it'll be hard for him to do it. Have you ever cried due to a loss, Pierre? That game, I almost cried. But no, I never really cried. Marino, Williams, Chambers equals 3 Super Bowls at least. Most definitely. Only year they came back, yeah. I miss Sperano's field goal fist pump. Remember that? He's like, yeah, we kicked the field goal. What do you think about Nick Perry? I would like to see the Dolphins go for him. Be Miami Heat fan. I'm not into basketball anymore. I used to be in basketball when I played, not anymore. But I did like the Heat when LeBron was on there because everyone hated LeBron. So I wanted him to win because everyone hated him. But that is going to be the live stream, guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We had 115 likes. At one point, we almost had 200 guys in here. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm going to go edit some more videos. Going to do my Dolphin things, get ready for doing videos for you guys. But be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. But yeah, I greatly appreciate all you guys, everyone who donates. Thank you guys so much for donating. It means the world to me. I will see you guys either tomorrow or Friday with another Dolphins video. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Be sure to subscribe. PO box is going to be in the description below. If you guys want to send me something, I will do a big mail opening for it. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.